Hey, what's up, guys? This is Chris from the Daily Audible here with video 3 of my FanDuel NFL strategy series. For those of you that missed videos 1 and 2, basically, I give out lineups at thedailyaudible.com every week. I then take those lineups and enter them into FanDuel games, 1, 2, and $5 50/50s. And basically, these videos just track how those lineups do and how the account grows. So, looking back at NFL Week 8, we used these lineups in 1, 2, and $5 games totaling 100 and I think it was $105 worth of entries. Let's see, these all start on the 23rd. So as you can see, a lot of them hit. In fact, there's a few lineups that that won on 100% of the cash entries. So the account in total, had everything hit, it would have been 80%. So up from $105 to, I believe it was at 186. Let's bounce back to the Week 9 lineups. For those of you that haven't seen it already, the Week 9 lineups came out this morning with an article that covers why I'm targeting who I'm targeting. But okay, so this week I have Marshawn Lynch is my number 1 overall running back. I have Arian Foster 2, LaShawn McCoy 3, and DeMarco Murray 4. I'm sure that's not consensus with experts out there, but that's just how I see it this week. So obviously I'm going to start Lynch over Foster, and I'm going to use McCoy a lot as well, since I have him valued a lot higher than his actual FanDuel price. So that's why you see them a lot in my rosters. Mark Ingram's going to be probably in half the lineups that start tonight. Luckily, his game's over Thursday, so moving into Sunday, there will be a little more variety in cash games. I like Ronnie Hillman a lot this week. I think New England's terrible against the run already, and they're going to have to focus on slowing Peyton Manning and that passing game down, so they should be even worse. So I like using Ronnie Hillman this weekend. At quarterback, I have all 3 of these guys in my top 5. Colin Kaepernick's my best value at quarterback this weekend. He killed St. Louis 2 weeks ago. Had a tough matchup against the Broncos last week, but I expect him to put up big numbers against St. Louis at home again this week. So Russell Wilson gets Oakland at home, another great matchup for him. He disappointed last week in Carolina, but playing at home against Oakland, I expect it. I wrote in the article, I expect it to be the Marshawn Lynch show. But Wilson should still be good for 18 to 22 FanDuel points this weekend, so safe play in cash games. Wide receiver, I have actually Macklin, Benjamin, and Ruben Randall are in my top 10. Macklin is a really safe play. It's hard for defenses to focus on stopping him when Philly has as many weapons on offense as they do. So he's a pretty safe play each week. He's been on fire lately. Houston doesn't have much that they can do to slow him down. So I like Macklin this week. Kelvin Benjamin should have scored a touchdown, had a drop last week, didn't score a touchdown. So his price didn't change much. He's a really good value at 7,000. I have him in my top 5 for receivers this week. So moving on, Ruben Randall, $6,400. The reason why I like Randall more than Beckham is that Randall gets more targets, in the possession game, I guess. And he'll also get the red zone targets just like Beckham Jr. does. So Ruben Randall, he's a huge value. I have him as my number 10 wide receiver this week. Indianapolis should be without Vontae Davis, so Randall should find the end zone this weekend. I wanted to mix it up at tight end, but Kelsey's such a good play against the Jets secondary that I couldn't talk myself out of him in any of the lineups. I'm sure there's going to be a ton of Gronkowski this weekend after his 3-touchdown game last weekend, but for $2,500 cheaper, I think Kelsey scores this weekend, and he's a safe play at tight end. Kicker, I wrote in the article, best values, Billy Cundiff. I think Parquet could be the safest play against Houston. And as far as defenses go, I'm sure Kansas City is going to be used a ton. But I also like the 49ers, who get St. Louis the easiest matchup for opposing defenses. And I like the Browns. The Bucks can't score right now, and the Cleveland's defense has been consistent, and they're pretty solid at home. So, all right, let's go over. I'm gonna just um, try and use up the rest of this. The 182. We'll get into some games here, and then wrap this video up for the week. So again, I do NFL 50/50s and try and get the entire balance of the account into sub $5 ones. If we run out of the $5 and less games, then I'll bump it up to 10. But all right, let's get into this. I try and keep track of what. So I know I have a $5 entry on the Kaepernick one here. Oh, table's full. Here, $5 on the Cap lineup. I'll go down and try and find another $5 lineup and do it that way. And then one other thing I also do is when I know, so this week I like the Kaepernick lineup slightly better than the other two. So I'll try and maybe weight it a little bit towards that, and I'll do the same thing. I like the Breeze lineup a little better than the Wilson, so I'll weight it that way. So there's just slightly more on the better line or on my favored lineups, but I try and keep it pretty balanced. Come back up and hit some $2 games now. Actually, I won't make you guys sit here and watch me go through this. I'm going to use the entire the remaining 142, mix it up between 50/50s. Once I get done with all these $1, $2, and $5 games, I will move into some $10 games, and then next weekend we'll take a look at how the lineups did. I also wanted to mention that I'm going to do a college football video probably tomorrow. I'll see if I have time today, but I'll have a college football lineup video. I'll create a new account, fill it up, and then we'll do college football games using my lineups. Last week, you can find in my weekly recap here my lineups from the week 9 games. They did really well. I had them personally in 130. I think there was 132 cash games, 131 cash games, and they finished in the money in all 131 games. So I had a request to do college football videos as well, so I'll have that up hopefully in the next 24 hours here. So, all right, I'll finish this up, and I'll see you guys next week.